fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire.
Welcome back to Wind Tunnel TV and the RGR ACS Truck Series. We're at Myrtle Beach for 200 laps of action here tonight. I'm Dean Doucette. He's Baron Labosco. Baron, little short track action here tonight.
Yeah, Myrtle Beach, great little track here, Dean. Love this little track here. It's got a couple of different grooves. You're going to see the low line predominantly tonight, but watch out for those turtles going into 1 and 2, Dean. Those can tear up a race truck pretty quickly.
Man, they look nasty down there. And we also, possible setup issues or, track issues, track we don't run too much. Guys are talking about the car breaking loose on them, and we can see it in practice as well, Baron.
Well, it's like anything else. You got to be careful out here, Dean. These are short track conditions, and these guys, they got these big trucks out here, a lot of horsepower. You got to be careful with it, Dean. You got to drive it like it's got an egg underneath the accelerator here to get those rear tires hooked up.
All right, safety first, folks. You heard it. Get your helmet on. Gonna be a good action tonight. I mean, we got a lot of great drivers out here, Baron. I mean, last week, Atlanta, old Atlanta that was, caution-free, exciting race, lots of good action, and a great strategy. Do you think on a short track here we can get these guys to go green?
Well, Dean, it depends on, how hungry the driver is, right? We kind of saw it last week's Cup action. Austin Dillon ran over 2 drivers to get the win, so I don't know if we'll see that here tonight. These guys are a little more disciplined than that, but what we will see is a lot of bump and run tonight, Dean, so I wouldn't be shocked to see that happen.
Yeah, I mean, Austin Dillon setting another precedent out there for, our iRacing community to learn from, Baron, it's going to be difficult to tell people not to come in from 4 car lengths behind and hit a guy and when the pros do it.
Wreck the next 2 drivers. Yeah.
I mean, but you get to keep the win, right?
Which, I guess if that means anything, I guess it does. I saw the penalties handed down. He will no longer be eligible for the playoffs unless he wins another one the right way.
Yeah, all very, very interesting. I'm not sure how that's keeping the win if the win doesn't count for playoffs, but nonetheless, he got himself one of those prizes,
Got a trophy. Yeah, I guess that's all that matters. But not to these guys. These guys are pretty notorious for racing well around each other. They're also very, cognizant of their spacing. So we might see a couple of yellow flags here tonight, Dean, but it won't because of idiocy, I hope.
So I'm not sure these points are accurate at this point, but we have Mower, Newton, Leal, Sheffield, and Ripka up here battling right now for this championship. And after we look into that, let's turn our attention to Alicia Shipman as she sings the national anthem for us.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave
Dean. I love it every time. It just gives me goosebumps. Gets me ready to go short track racing, Dean. What do you think here?
Absolutely can't wait to get into it. Let's get into tonight's starting grid. On the point, it's going to be Brandon Sheffield. How about that? With a time of 19.192. He finally got in here to qualify, and he's on the point. This is going to be dangerous. Adam Newton will start on the outside of row number 1. It's Person and Ripka in row 2. Williams and Jackson in row number 3. Row 4 features Jason Spear and Walker Cole, while row 5 is Otto Viani and Darren Bruce. Row 6 will be George Leal and Scott Olson. Further back, you got Martin, Gay, Ratliff, Whitford, Gilly, Ledford, Williams, Travis, Whiting, Riccone, Spear, Brantley, Dibble, and Lester.
Lots of cars in this on this track, Dean. It's going to be a good show.
Yeah, going to be a lot of fun watching these guys try and work through here. You know, always possibility of a couple of cautions. Pace truck's off. We're ready to go racing here. Sheffield leads them down. Green flag down and away. Nice orderly start up front.
Yeah, 2x2, you're going to see that a lot, Dean. Some of these guys are going to try to fight to get to the bottom. Got a short track specialist in the field in that 50 machine, Walker Cole. That's his primary focus week in and week out. So look to him tonight, see if he can make some noise.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got to be one of the early favorites here. Like you said, a lot of short track experience. You see, he gets to that bottom quickly as Spear comes up underneath Jason Jackson.
Jason Spear running a new paint job tonight there in that Spear Motorsports 83 machine. Like it, he's on the move early.
Yeah, I like it. He's put some effort into this paint. Looking sharp out here is the 83. Top bunch all getting sorted out. Everybody in line. Oh, and Jason Jackson way up the track.
Yeah, that one got away from him.
How easy is it to do that, Barry?
Well, you know, braking points will change as the tires heat up on you, so you have to be, you know, well practiced, if you will, to remember that as you start to tick these laps off, and that might have just caught Jason a little bit by surprise.
Yeah, might have very well. Another move. Looks like Darren Bruce coming underneath Walker Cole. Walker looks to me like playing a little cagey here. He's not going to wear out his stuff. That might be part of that short track experience.
I guarantee it is, Dean. We've seen him and his father do this very same strategy on a short track series that he runs every, Tuesday night now? And Walker probably saving his stuff right now, knowing full well that this track will come to him later in the run.
Well, he better hope it does, because he's getting freight trained right now, Baron. He's lost spots to Otto Viani and Bruce, and he had George Leal peeking in there, but he closed that door. I think he realized enough's enough here.
Some talented drivers in this league, Dean, and it's not just for the bigger tracks. These guys can run short tracks, many of them cutting their teeth on the smaller tracks before they got to these trucks. So, you're going to see some guys in here coming and going.
Whitford doing battle here as he's on the outside. Looks like Paul K. Travis on the inside.
Good to see Paul K back in the field. He was a spectator last week, and we're glad to have him back on the track.
Yeah, absolutely. Got a new paint job out there, too. I'm liking that. And he's got the Toad Man right behind him, Todd Gilly.
Rocking that Kailu glass sponsorship. I love it.
Yes, sir. Puff, puff, pass, folks. Oh, and around goes Paul K. We're into our first caution. So it will not be caution free. To be expected on a short track. Let's see what happened to Paul K. See him come in the corner here. Looks like Whitford just gave it up. And on exit, boy, she just went around on him.
Just come around a little too aggressive on that gas. No damage on that truck, which is good. He'll just dust it off and line up at the back. Another shot at it.
So painful when the short tracks like that. You get a little gas happy, and that thing will come right around on you. Nothing you can do once it starts to go.
Nope, you're along for the ride, and that's unfortunate. But he's got himself a clean truck. He'll be fine.
Bring up our pit board just in case here. Keep an eye on people. See if anybody wants to come in. Could there be a top up on fuel or something? I mean, if you're at the back, couldn't hurt.
Yeah, lap 10 might be a little bit soon, but you'll see some guys maybe at the back of the field show up.
So far, it looks like no takers. Actually, Dibble going in along with Paul K. So I like it. I mean, if you're already back here, what do you got to lose?
Not a thing, Dean. You're not losing track position, and you may be gaining fuel mileage. So it's a gamble worth taking, in my opinion.
Well,
and
looks like,
learning to where to find your pit box.
yeah,
that
it
helps
looks
too.
like Dibble just missed his. So it'll be a pedestrian drive-through pit lane here.
That'll just be a standard oopsie.
Are those French fries sticking out the side, Barrett?
I believe they are so good.
Could I just
Now,
pull one
Dean,
of those out of there?
Every time we do that too, like I go to McDonald's the next day. I do. I'm such a slave to it.
I haven't been in well over a decade. I think 2 decades at this point, Baron.
Yep.
I really want to. I'm not, I'm not anti them or anything. I just stopped going at some point. But hey, give me a little quarter pounder with some fries. I'm down.
Speaking of quarter pounders, there's my man Adam Newton on the outside of that front row, rocking that Dale Earnhardt memorabilia scheme.
Well, I don't know about the quarter pounder reference there, but Newton and Sheffield up front. Here we go, back to green flag racing. Newton trying to hold off Ripka. Ripka does have position down on the bottom. Newton really trying hard to hold him off. And he will. Good job by the two.
Yep, good run.
All the
So person behind him forced him up out of his line there and put him under pressure from teammate Jason Spear.
Behind him, getting a little racy. Jason Spear, Jason Jackson, Darren Bruce, Walker Cole in the mix here.
So we talked about Walker, net loss of only 1 position, and we saw a bunch of cars go by him. He must have made up some ground as the run came on.
Yeah, I mean, he's only down 1 right now. Oh, and there's Bruce around. So Bruce gets loose off the corner. We're in caution number 2. I don't know. He may have had a little help there, Baron.
That's uncharacteristic Darren Bruce maneuver there.
Yeah, it looks like a little low high.
No,
He just broke loose.
He just caused himself to get out. All
And
right.
that's, what we heard, that maybe the problem with this car here is you've got to, well, as you described it, right? Put that egg underneath that gas pedal. Not sure if you really want to try that or not, Baron.
Not on a long race. There's a lot of heat in those cars. At the end of that race, that would
might
be a
have
smell.
a chicken? Is that what you're saying?
you'd be chicken nuggets.
So Sheffield's loving this. This
Scrambled
is
eggs.
the beauty of short track racing for a leader, Baron. You come out here, and we've seen this on short tracks, where you're like, hey, I can restart all night. Like, you can do this every 10 laps. I'll lead every lap.
We've seen at the end of races, guys start getting desperate, causing a bunch of different, cautions, and all you got to do is get a clean restart, win a race.
See Paul K. Travis here grabbing the lucky dog.
So that worked out.
It might say it's optimal for the optimal machine. Let's take a look in on Mr. Sheffield's car, shall we? Project Outrun. Well, he's outrunning everybody right now, Baron.
So far, he's got that title down right. I wonder what that's about. We'll have to ask him if we get to talk to him tonight.
Yeah, it looks like we got a ribbon on the hood, so we'll see. Let's go on board with Newton here and have a little look ahead. CadenHammondFoundation.org. If he's got it on the bumper, I'm sure it's a good cause. Look into that. We'll try and find out more so we're not talking without knowing, for a lack of a better way of saying it.
That's what we'll do, without knowing. Dean, we were talking about French fries earlier. Let's go back to what we know.
That's it. We do know sandwiches. We do know fries.
Yep.
And today I got a dehydrator, so we're going to know about turkey soon.
All right. Now you're talking. Get that going.
Yes, sir. Anybody out there who's got a dehydrator, let me know. A must-have, a must-do for my new dehydrator.
Brisket, right?
I don't know. Get something going, but here we go. Speaking of getting going, we're going back. Green flag racing. The Myrtle Beach 200 here. Brandon Sheffield leads them down.
Green, green, green.
Another good launch by him. Again,
Big
Newton under
launch,
heat.
yeah.
Ripka really got through this time. He's going to try to get by Newton, and he will. So, well, yeah, he's there. Newton's going to lose that spot this time.
Good racing, though, Dean. A lot of give and take there. Really good stuff.
Most definitely. George Leal trying to work his way through. He's come by William Gay here on the restart. Get Greg Ratliff back in the field. He's fighting hard for every position. Look back towards the Toad Man. He's got Rincon up high. Ledford behind him and traffic in front.
Call that a gaggle.
It's a bit of a mess. I mean, it's cleaning up fast as looks like Gilly backs it down a little bit. Says this looks like a little too crazy for me right now. Up front, Sheffield setting the pace. Everybody lined up.
Still loose. Some of these guys really fighting the back ends.
Yeah, most definitely. The car is not settled, so these guys are going to fight this all race long. And I don't think it'll get any better, Baron. I mean, what's your experience with the track? How does the car, or the truck, I should say, you know, come along as the race goes on?
It depends on how they're taking care of their stuff, Dean. I got to be honest. It'll go into a push loose situation. The truck will plow entering the turn, put a lot of wheel into it, and then as you come out, the back end wants to kick around. If you're managing your tires and you're doing this judiciously, the truck hangs on as long as the tires are wearing evenly. But if it doesn't, boy, you got your hands full for the next few laps till you get back in and get some feel goods.
And that's going to be interesting to see when and if anybody decides to pit. I'll tell you, he's looking good out here as the Toad Man. I've been watching him a little bit, Baron, and he may not have the results quite yet of moving up or whatever, but he looks solid. He's running the bottom nice, getting off the corner nice. I think he looks comfortable, and he's a little rubbed up by Rincon there.
Oops. Yeah, oopsie.
That'll throw your comfort level off, and there it does. So the Toad Man got the broadcast jinx going there. We'll get off of him and go to Sheffield. Ripka in second. It's Newton third. Person in fourth. Claus Williams sitting in fifth, right where he started. Get Jason Spear, Walker Cole, Jason Jackson, Scott Olson, and Michael Otto Viani in your top 10. Out of all of them, it's Olson, the big mover, up 3 spots.
Still early in the event. Like that Scott's up here running with running in the top 10. He's got some short track experience. We've seen him in late miles. We've seen him in super lates, and he's chasing Walker Cole also with a lot of experience. Walker's parlayed his run tonight to a +1, so keep an eye on these two.
Yeah, absolutely. Other big movers, Rincon. Oh, and Martin's around. Something's happened to him. That doesn't look good, folks.
Yeah,
That's Dibble there. He's
Dibble's
got
in it,
caught
yeah.
up in that. Looks like Travis and maybe Brantley got a little piece of it as well. So here we go. Here's Corey Martin. Oh, and the 42 comes in and gives him a little shot on entry there. And wow,
Nope.
4 wide trying to avoid him. That's not going to work.
No, definitely. It looks like he got a little Austin Dillon there.
Oh boy, that's going to be a thing, folks.
I think we just turned it into one.
So Jason Jackson, George Leal, Ratliff, Rincon, and others on pit road. I love this move, Baron.
Yeah, it's time. And early short pits can win. We've seen it get stretched. I don't know if can they make it the whole way?
I mean, I don't really know, to be honest with you. I think on a track like this, you could definitely do well over 100. There's no doubt about that.
Half mile, yeah.
So George Leal first out, Rincon, Ratliff. So Ratliff making the call and Leal, those are a couple of guys high up in the points, you know, possible champions back in 19th and 21st, Baron. What do you think about this at this track?
Well, it's early. That's what I think. I think it's early. I think some off-strategy pitting will help. You know, if we catch a caution at the right time, these guys could be right at the front.
Going to be super interesting to see how this plays out. I think track position is king. Any short track, Baron, it's always king, isn't it?
Agreed, 100%. Yeah, if you don't have track position, you're fighting to get it. And if there's only one real groove around, you got to either go around them or go through them.
Well, through them, right? That's what we're being taught in NASCAR, right?
Lately.
Am I getting a little salty in my old age?
I believe you are.
It's a Detroit Lions way. Salty, Baron. Here we go. Brandon Sheffield, Lance Ripka now starting second. Newton will look to return the favor, but a bad start by Newton and Ripka. Looked like Ripka kind of missed a shift there.
That was crazy.
So Newton gets that inside position. Ripka trying everything he can to hold him off. I mean, they know how important track position is. He is going to race him as hard as possible.
Absolutely. And there's no other way to do it.
And they're both doing a great job, I might add here. This is some of the best racing you're going to see. Side by side, giving about a half car in between, and they are running dead even.
I love it. Great side-by-side racing. These two are some of the best, too, Dean. Sheffield's not getting away while they're doing this either.
No, he is not. We hop on board with Bernard Person, looking ahead to this battle. Looks like Ripka's got the advantage, so Ripka holds him off on the outside, Baron.
Now that is some driving right there.
You see that deadly rumble strip there. That can damage the car, you were saying, right, Baron?
Yeah, lift up the left front splitter, and it'll certainly do a number on the suspension if you stay too much, too. You'll hit a few of those and not know what kind of damage you got. You get into the pits, and suddenly you got 30 seconds of damage. You didn't touch anybody but those turtles.
Hop on board here with Greg Ratliff. Now, he just had a pit stop. Here's what he's looking at, Baron. You want track position? Where are you going to get it?
Right. Well, it's a roadblock right now. You got to, weave your way through there, and that's easier said than done.
You can see he's loose, so new tires going to take a minute as well to heat up.
Got to have fast anti here too, Dean.
Oh, yeah. Well, these guys do have that. Speaking of fast, Sheffield starting to open up here. He's got about a second lead. Newton trying to peek back on Ripka. He's really, I think he's quite upset he lost that spot, but he's looking to get it back right here.
Yeah, I don't think these boys are done sorting it out, and that's got Sheffield out to a 1 second lead.
And all along, you got Bernard Person sitting here with Claus Williams. These guys are lurking. That's where I like to be. I like to be the lurker.
Yeah, you like to hound them a little bit, don't you?
Well, you know, if I need a ladder to get up in the tree and lurk a little bit, so be it.
Yeah, well, that's more of a private life thing
Oh, sorry.
than a racing life thing.
Is that inappropriate again?
Yeah, well,
Caution's
out.
Track. Paul K. not looking good here. That new paint might be damaged up.
Having a little bit of a struggle tonight.
Looks like Dibble was involved again with the French fries. My goodness.
Have you fallen out of that tree yet, Dean?
Never.
No?
Got good balance, man.
Got yourself strapped in.
You betcha. I come prepared.
Binoculars.
I'm going to be there a while. It's not a temporary thing. Oh,
This is a
on
marathon.
entry,
It's
and
not
he
a
got
sprint.
creamed there by Ledford. Dibble got a small piece of it. So, this is where it gets interesting. You know, pit stops, you think couple cautions, what's going on and all that, but this really shakes it up. You're going to have different strategies now. Sheffield, Ripka, Walker Cole, Whitford, Ricky Williams, all on pit road along with a few others. I mean, this is going to put them off strategy and put Sheffield back in about 16th to 18th place. Wow, Baron. Big shakeup.
I like it. I like it. I like the early pit. I always do. I like the fact that they are in control of their own destiny now. The race has to come to them, though, but they have control of pit strategy. If we go green from here on out, these other guys are going to have to pit under green condition, and that'll put them 2 laps down.
Yeah, well, for me, it's always, when's your last pit stop at a short track, right? That's how I want to work it out, Baron. When is my last pit stop? With, say, 80 to go? Is that the limit of when I want to pit? You know, for my tires, for my gas, and all of that, and just and do it that way. If you come in too early like this, you're probably going to pit again. This could be a very long race for Mr. Brandon Sheffield and others who pitted like Ripka. I don't know. You like it? I'm not so sure, Baron.
Well, and apparently Sheffield likes it too, so
Yeah,
we'll have to see how it works out for him. You know,
well, I
in
like
the long run
Sheffield
here.
and Ripka better than I like myself, Baron. So.
Right? Not unless you have French fries, though, Dean. While you're peeping.
Can I dehydrate them?
You could dehydrate your French fries and eat them while you're in the tree. How's that?
Oh, I like
I went full circle for that, didn't I?
That's not bad.
That
What do I
put
do
all
with
the
my
dots together,
binoculars?
right? Connecting all the dots here. Whew.
So looky here, it's Adam Newton out front as the pace car comes off the track. Newton will have his teammate Bernard Person on the outside behind him. Williams and Jason Spear. Down and away, great launch by the two. Claus Williams is going to slide into second. Bernie putting up no fight, looking to get in behind him.
There's a name we hadn't talked about in a minute. There's Claus Williams. You know, he won a race. Won a little race a little while ago, didn't he?
Well, and as soon as I said no fight, he comes up around him. Yeah, Claus is good. Watch out for the 16. And I like the way he's racing. He knows it's a long race, man.
I like the drive Bernard Person just did. Outside pass. You know, did it nice and clean. Go on up there and get that lead, Bernie.
Well, we've seen a couple of these, Baron. I mean, how viable is the high side tonight?
Evidently, it's coming in. So you'll see some more guys try to go up there.
You got William Gay up here, now up 6 spots into 8th. He's looking for another one coming underneath Jason Jackson.
Jason's been sporty tonight, hasn't he?
Absolutely. George Leal right there as well. Here comes Darren Bruce. This is a real gaggle here.
Well, Darren Bruce making a nice recovery from that early incident he had. So the 15 machine, maybe not so worse the wear for hitting that wall.
Greg Ratliff back here. He's in a mess. I mean, this is where it gets good. Side by side, a wiggle from the 13, Eric Whiting on the high side. Everybody's fine. Little ways up, Gay continuing to try to merge forward on the bottom, but getting passed on the high side.
Oh, a little contact there.
Yeah, he got a little loose there. Leo will go by. Otto Viani's already by. And now you got George Rincon taking a peek.
Good to see George up here. Love that truck. Love that color on that truck.
Yeah, sharp looking vehicle. And I got to tell you, I'm really shocked about this high side here tonight. Looks like it is not only can it work, it may be better if you can run it correctly.
Right, well, if these guys are loose coming off the bottom, pin them down there, right?
Oh, and speaking of loose, Gay is all kinds of loose. Sheffield, no, it's Greg Ratliff right into it. Sheffield also tangled up. This is what I talk about with pitting.
Yellow flag.
And a late yellow with the, a bunch of guys wrecked.
Got half the field in there, yeah.
This was the concern. These early pit stops can hurt you. Let's get a replay on it here. So you see, we're right with Sheffield right underneath our camera there, and right in front of him, Gay locking him up. Sheffield doing a nice job at checking up, but Ratliff and the Toad Man there get him wedged up. So no real damage to him. I don't think any one of those cars is severely damaged. They'll be all right.
Yeah, you'll be fine. So another low, slow, lazy spin here. No contact yet. Guys just losing control of their trucks.
Tough conditions here. Ricky Williams coming off pit road. There's Whiting. Travis still down here getting stuff fixed up. Brantley's coming in. There's Sheffield back in. So, like we said, an early leader. He's got his work cut out for him now.
They might be fixing damage here. Come to the assistance of his pit crew. Try to get the dents banged out of it.
Looks like none of our leaders are coming in here. Can't say that I'm surprised. Lap 61 of 200. Now, Baron, let's assume they have to pit. Is it a mistake? If you could come in right now and get enough fuel to finish, should you have?
Wow. Really good question, Dean. We've seen both strategies work. I gotta believe if you've got tires and you've got fuel, you can make it. You're locked in. This is what you got. But, shoot, I'm not 100% sure here, Dean.
This is why I fired him as my crew chief, folks.
Oh, if it were you driving, I'd already had you in. Make no mistake about it, we got it, and I'm 100% sure of that.
Yeah, just to rectify that statement, Baron, one of the best crew chiefs, for sure, that I've ever had.
Oh, shit.
I could use him again, Baron. I'm still making mistakes and throwing races away.
Well, we get you fixed up here, Dean. Was it Tuesday night?
We had a good one at Charlotte the other night. I had a good car, thought a winning car. Come in, pitted, somehow had tires unchecked, went back out with my 65 right front tire.
Ooh.
Not good.
Nope.
And it went green. Here we go. Going back racing here. Newton and Person, Williams and Spear. Yeah, I've talked a lot about Spear. He's right in this thing. He's doing a nice job hanging in the top 5 here.
Been in it all night, Dean. We talked about him earlier. He's just happened to improve himself a little bit here.
Williams and Person go at it again, and I think Person learned a little something last time. Second lap on the outside. He's a little more comfortable than the first lap. We'll see if he does it again. Not
It was
this
a great
time.
drive. Yeah, it looks like Lance picked up a little something along the way, didn't he? Or I'm sorry, Claus.
Yeah, but not to be deterred. The 8's still right there. He's not giving it up. He's got a nose on that outside fender.
Worked before, why not again?
Yeah, Lou and Claus
Ooh.
drives up a little bit, closes that door.
Brushed him up there.
Doubt that was purposeful, but there we go. Jason Jackson back here. He's under heat from Scott Olson. Olson backs out into the corner, gets in line.
Solid night for
Rincon
Olson.
fighting with Daryl Spear. How about Daryl and Rincon? Both up 13 spots, Baron.
Yeah, big runs. I know I've said it before, but Daryl Spear's color looks like the color of my team. Oh, we got another one around here.
That's Whitford going around, and Sheffield involved again. And once again, I bring up the early pit. That's
Yeah,
short track, boy. It's tough.
that's all you can say. We're 7, 8 cautions already.
Get a look and see here. Whitford coming in. Under braking, just too much brake there, too much rear brake, and around she goes. And poor Sheffield, he just gets a little piece of it, enough to spin him around.
Can't win for losing here, can he?
Nope. It looks like Olson on pit road here, so he comes in. Ledford on pit road, Martin's in, Whitford, and Sheffield once again, and Gay.
So not quite to halfway yet here, Dean, and these guys have all seen pit road for the most part. Too early to pick a winner, but who looks good to you?
Well, the man out front looks good and comfortable, and he likes this track, so Newton looks really good. But there's many that I like here tonight. I mean, I like the way most of the top 5 is driving. If I had to center people out that I'm focused on, I'd say Rincon and maybe Olson before he pitted there. But George Rincon, Daryl Spear, both up 14 spots. I love what I'm seeing out of them tonight.
Yeah, solid runs, and they're looking pretty good. If they don't have to pit yet, or they don't have to pit quite yet, they'll be in pretty good shape towards the end of this race.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Do these guys have to pit? It looks like maybe no. Maybe they're thinking about doing the whole 200, or they're waiting to such a time, halfway. A lot of guys, I'm not pitting till lap 100, that type of thing.
Well, these caution laps are helping that fuel mileage strategy, that's for sure.
Well, no doubt about that. And the tires, Baron. I bet there's not much wear on these tires whatsoever. Nice shot of Myrtle Beach Speedway there at the nighttime. A couple of houses over there, Baron. You get yourself one of those houses, you can watch some races.
Yeah, those are premium pieces of property too, Dean. They charge you about $50 a head to park there, but they're filled up every race night.
Well, I like it. A little side business just by where you live.
That's right.
All right, boys getting lined up. It's going to be Newton and Williams, Person and Spear, Jackson and Leal, Ottoviani, Rincon, Spear, and Ripka. And that'll be your top 10 here on lap 73 of 200 in the Myrtle Beach 200.
See if he gets that launch like he got before.
He's holding them a little bit this time. And there he goes, another great launch. Williams does a nice job on the high side. Bernie trying to come underneath and repay the favor to Claus Williams. Williams too good a run by the looks of it. Jason Jackson trying to hold off Leal, can't do it. So put Leal up to 5th place. Well, Jason Jackson's still there.
He is fighting hard, Dean. I mean, Jason Jackson showing up tonight on the short track.
Top 10 or so getting lined up. Daryl Spear to the bottom. Underneath the ring cone. Nothing doing there. Ripka with a wiggle.
A Darren Bruce sighting again.
Yeah, Darren coming back through the pack one more time. Him and Walker's been real quiet in the 50. Think he's looking for a longer run. The Toad Man under heat from Eric Whiting here.
That's Sheffield trying to come through the pack.
Yeah, Sheffield in some heavy traffic here. Let's go on board with Sheffield and see what he's dealing with. Oh, he's getting run up the track a little bit. Trying to hang on. He's on the outside of the Toad Man here. So he's going to win that battle. Will he stay up high and try and go right around Whiting? He will. And look
They'll
at
stay
that.
on the
Good
outside.
run up
Ooh.
here.
Darren Bruce, a little loose, checked up that inside line.
Down to the bottom he goes. So Sheffield taking him where he can get him. And now Whiting's loose down there right in front of him. And onto the rumble strips he goes. So Whiting giving it his all. Maybe giving it too much, Barron.
Yeah, well, he's doing everything he can to get that spot, but that back end is stepping out something nasty.
Let's move up to the Daryl Spear here. Right in front of him. We got Ripka and Rincon going at it. Ripka desperate to get up here and get this track position. Rincon looking solid as a rock on the outside.
Caution.
And we're under caution. It's Whiting. And he looked a little loosey-goosey out there with it, Baron, when we were looking at him. And apparently he got the best of him.
He was loose.
Here he goes. And you can just see the yaw out of that machine. Gets down
Got to
near
those
the
turtles.
rumbles.
Yep. Right in front of Sheffield. Sheffield got to be like, what do I got to do?
All right, pit stop's happening. So Jackson's in. Rincon is in. Walker Cole, Darren Bruce, George Dibble. You get Greg Ratliff, Ledford, Whitford. Lots of guys choosing to come in here on lap 84. So this is what I talk about, Baron, when I'm trying to say, what's the earliest last stop you can have? So let's assume this is it. Lap 80 or so. You know, you got 120 left. You call this your last stop. Well, if everybody else has to stop, you're talking about 14 to 20 guys who still got to come in. As soon as the next caution comes out and they come in, you go to the front. So I'll often tell people on a short track, don't even race. Play this strategy, wait for these cautions, and now at some point you're going to find yourself up in first or the top 5, and you just need to race from there.
Couldn't agree more.
Is that because it was convoluted and hard to understand?
A little bit.
I'll just say yes.
A little bit.
No, it's a great strategy. I tell people all the time, this field's going to flip. Like, Newton's your leader, but if he has to pit, this is meaningless. You know, yeah, you led some laps, but you're going back to 15th place. And I don't know how you're going to race through this field.
Gonna be tough. We've seen it happen to Sheffield. Good truck, went back there, pit early. 3 incidents hung up in that. We're not halfway yet, Dean.
Well, on the bright side for Sheffield, he did it very early. He's in 9th right now. So he's making some progress here. Let's take another look in on this unique paint job by Mr. Adam Newton. Actually, by Mr. Scott Olson, but on the car of the number 2, Adam Newton.
Sure is purty. That's P-U-R-D-Y.
Oh, is that like Brock Purdy?
Exactly. Only purtier.
Here we go, folks. Newton leading them down. Oh, and a pretty good start by Claus this time, but not enough to hold the bottom away from Bernard Person. He will clear him, however. Battles behind. Looks like Ripka underneath Otto Viani and a massive checkup. Sheffield checks up. Olson checks up.
I love the control. I love the control, but I tell you what, if you were looking in your rear view at that moment, you thought that was it.
Lots of guys wiggling back here. Walker Cole looked like he was ready to go around. Olson continuing to march forward. He gets underneath Otto Viani, down on the bottom. So Sheffield right in front of Olson. These two look very good here tonight.
Yeah, they sure do. Very strong trucks, good driving.
Jason Spear underneath of George Leal here. I don't know which lane they want to be in. Ripka goes high, trying to slide in behind Leal.
Now, we've seen the late run trucks up for the high side for these passes, Dean. You know, it seems to be working for the most part. Jason got his hands full. They're all around him.
Yeah, he does. I mean, who would have thought the high side is the way, but everybody filing up there trying to get around Spear. Spear trying to hold on, doing a great job here. Got to keep that thing under control here.
Well, they just get so loose. You know, we've seen some guys self-spin because of this on the bottom, and I hope Jason, nice and easy on that accelerator. Scott Olson appearance in the top 10 there.
And you see there, it looked like Sheffield did get by, or was that Leal? Looks like
Both.
Sheffield got by Spear.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Spear way up the track. He's going to let Olson go by, or was that just a mistake? And Olson, wow!
Got all over those turtles, Dean. Almost took him around.
That was a good save. I mean, I don't know if I'd seen anybody kind of almost stop like that to save it. Good job by the 61. He'll need to do some work to get back up there. Up front, Adam Newton, Claus Williams, Bernard Person, George Leal, Sheffield on the march back to the front.
The yellow flag is out.
The yellow flag has come out. It's Paul K. Travis off the track in the grass.
Just put that one on the hook, buddy.
There, that was live. Just saying. There you go, the slow, lazy spin. We've seen it before.
2 other times with him.
Yeah, we're not agreeing with Paul K here tonight. So pit stops coming in. This is where it gets interesting. Our leaders are coming in, and they're going to the back, Baron.
Well, now we got a race, don't we?
Yeah, things are going to shake up. So Leal will be your new race leader. Sheffield will go up to second. Rincon will slide into third. Walker Cole into fourth. He may have been thinking this all along. Olson, Bruce, Gilly, Jackson, Dibble, Brantley, Whiting. And then we head to pit road to see who's coming off of pit road first. Should be Adam Newton. And here he comes. Williams.
The old serve.
Williams beats Person off of pit road. So Newton will come out in 12th with fresh rubber. This is going to be interesting. We got 100 laps remaining. That's unofficial, by the way, Baron.
That's right. You know, like our opinions about hot dogs and whiskey.
No, those are official.
Yeah.
You can only put an official stamp on stuff you truly know about, Baron.
That's right. Whiskey and hot dogs. We got it covered in spades. French fries.
That's right.
So how tall does the tree have to be before you'll get in it?
It depends on where the window is, Baron. I'll get in a crabapple tree if the window's down, though.
Right? Yeah. I'll fight off a hornet's nest if she's hot.
Well, there's an unnamed person here who may or may not see their neighbor on occasion through the glass. You know,
Okay.
it's, you know, I mean, what can you do? Should you avert your eyes, Baron, or should you stare?
I mean, yeah, depends on how hot she is.
All right.
Two words to describe it. Yeah, it's either damn or it's damn.
So good race cooking up here. I mean, yeah, some short track looseness here with the car, which is bringing out a few cautions, but it also makes it interesting. Like I said, this pit strategy stuff, we'll be looking at Newton back in 12th place, see what he can do along with everybody behind him. But up front, Leal, now the race leader.
Green flag, green flag.
Good clean start by Leal. He's down and away. Sheffield, though, what a run! He sends it down there into one and gets to the outside. What a move! He brushes the wall. Almost swaps paint. Sheffield going for it here.
Brandon Sheffield has hit everything but the pace car tonight, and he is up here battling for the lead.
He's a race car driver, folks. That is a full rotation there on the high side. Leal, no slouch, trying to hold him off. Can't do it. Sheffield powering by. Rincon comes from low to high, thinking about it behind him. Here comes Walker Cole. Walker to the inside.
Walker's decided it might be time for him to come up front. What do you think?
Oh, he's not. No.
The yellow
The
flag.
28 of Rincon got out of shape, came down, got into Walker. Walker into the tires and all kinds of carnage. Bumpers flying around the track. Otto Viani, Williams, Martin, all involved. Well, let's
what
get a
happened
look at it here. So Walker comes out of the corner, and you see Rincon was out of shape. Let's back
Just
this up
hooks him.
just a little bit. He got out of shape a little earlier. He got high into the corner, tried to drive it off, which made that thing loose. He couldn't let it float up. It gripped and turned right down into Walker. Give him an extra shot or two. There's another one for your service.
Yeah, take a third. There you go.
Yeah, everybody wants a piece of them. Good job getting that car turned around. I always like seeing that. Otto
Yep.
Viani sitting there damaged along with Martin.
Okay. It's a yard sale out there. Just bumpers and all kinds of mayhem.
There's always people to buy it.
Yep.
So back on pit road, there's Olsen. He's coming back out. He looks a little beat up. There's Brantley. You got Walker Cole coming off of pit road right now. Looks like Whiting with him. There's Ledford, Whitford, all the Fords. Well, it's kind of what we expected here with the loose setup, Baron, at this short track. You know, a short track's notoriously difficult, and with the car conditions, a little more difficult. So it's really important that you're on your strategy here tonight.
100%, Dean. If you don't have a plan, you just plan to lose.
Well, that's right. And Sheffield had one. Now, let's check out his pit strategy if we can find it here. So Sheffield, he's been in several times. Last time in was on lap 69. You got Bruce in third. He come in on lap 83. You got Newton on lap 97. So we got different tire strategies. Looks like Newton's working his way back up already. He's currently in seventh. So watch out for him and Person and others who got tires during the last caution. But my crew chief here, he said Sheffield made a great call coming in early. So far, so good for the 36.
Took him a little while, but he made it, didn't he?
I mean, barely. He's a little scarred up, Baron.
Yeah, he's a lot of scarred up.
Pace truck wheels it off there. I love the agility of the pace car driver.
Fresh tires.
Must be. Sheffield and Leal. Sheffield holding him a long time there. That gives a good advantage to Bruce trying to get second away from Leal. He will. Jason Jackson down there thinking about it. Nothing doing for him. Rincon, who was just loose and involved in that incident, hanging on the high side. Newton down low looking for room.
Toad the Todd Man Gilly right there. Todd the Toad Man Gilly.
Yeah, I thought the Toad Man looked pretty decent here tonight. Look for him to do something good if he can survive this battle he's in right now. It's Rincon and Newton, then Gilly, then you got Person and Dibble, Ripka, and others right in there. Looks like Newton's gonna get clear of Rincon, but he's almost underneath of Jackson here. And that allows Rincon to fight back. So great job by Rincon here tonight. I love what I'm seeing out of him.
Very solid drive tonight, Dean. He's really showing his colors tonight. He's doing really well. Rincon been coming on as of late. This short track racing suits him.
Yeah, and that's the thing, isn't it? I mean, everything is going to suit somebody better than another person. I mean, I know for myself, Baron, I'm a notorious mile and a halfer, which people will probably hate because, you know, a lot of traditionalists not a big fan of the mile and a halves.
Then they're not traditionalists because most of the tracks are mile and a half.
Well, there you go. Up front, Sheffield walking away. Bruce in second. He's got all kinds of heat from George Leal. Leal gets a nose underneath. George Leal looking for second here. Behind him, Jason Jackson. Adam Newton already up here with the fresh rubber. And they're going to go right by Bruce here. Wow. Newton tagging onto the back of the 51. A little wiggle, but he controls it. So Newton looking racy here. That pit stop didn't seem to hurt him much. He's made his way straight up to third.
Good drive so far. Sheffield's out on his own, man, and he's already in the new zip code, isn't he?
Yeah, he's gone. You give him fresh air, he just gone. So now Newton continuing to work on Leal. Leal really doing a nice job on the high side. We're on lap 118 of 200. Really good corner by the two that time. Little loose up high was Leal. Newton gonna clear him. Leal files in behind him. Claus Williams, he's back up to sixth now. Bruce starting to falter a little bit, but he's got down to the bottom. I don't think he enjoyed that high side too much, but Rincon does. He's up there.
He's been up there most of the night too, Dean. I like what George is doing, but it seems to be working against him now.
Yeah, that seems like the track may have changed, or maybe the tire differences are coming into play. Who knows? Person and Jackson going at it. That's a battle for 4th position. It's like Person gonna win that battle.
Those three have been going at each other the whole time too. It's been great.
Well, how about this Spear and Cone battle? That's Darrell Spear. These guys up 14 and 12 spots respectively. Jason Spear right behind them. I mean, this is a great night for both Darrell Spear and for George Rincon.
Yeah, it sure has been.
Everybody quiet out in YouTube land tonight. Give a shout out. Get your driver on the air. Tell us who you want to see. Here's a look at Jason Brantley. How about that?
Brantley normally coming with his fan group.
Yeah, Brantley's sitting here in 15th. Now he's up 9 spots. So is Dibble, who's right behind him. Well, he's a little ways behind, but position-wise, he's right behind him. And Claus Williams down to the inside wall. Oh, boy. So caution will come out here on lap 125 at 200. Let's get a look at Claus here. He comes into the corner, looks stable enough. Little check up there for Jackson, and he just tries to overpower off the corner, and around she goes.
Yep. Slow, lazy spin.
So this is interesting. Sheffield back on pit road, Baron.
Woof.
So he apparently was not his last stop. So he pits from the lead on lap 126. Is this a catastrophic mistake? Not only for him, but for about 12 drivers. This will actually help him. Several drivers on pit road right now.
Most of the field has found pit road.
Top 8 stay out. The Toad Man coming in late on the 2nd lap. I never like to see that. He's going to go to the back of everybody. Newton finds himself up front once again with his teammate Bernard Person. Ripka, Whiting, and Brantley will be your top 5. How about Eric Whiting and Jason Brantley, now up 17 and 19 spots? Gotta love it.
Brantley really looking good tonight.
Yeah, Brantley looks comfortable.
We hadn't said much about him, but here he is, the top 5.
Well, you can just tell when guys feel comfortable and when they don't. He seems comfortable not only on this short track, but perhaps with this more squirrely type of setup on here. Maybe he likes to have to wheel it a little bit.
Well, we know who does, and that's Brandon Sheffield, and he is fallen back to 8th place here from the lead, but fresh tires on that machine, Dean.
Yeah, I mean, 8th I can live with. It's 20th that I'm scared of. 8th with fresh rubber? Oh boy.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more.
Oh no, and Brantley comes in from 5th.
Do what?
What in tarnation? Brantley coming down, giving up 5th place here. Late pit stop during this cycle. That'll put him to the back. He'll go all the way back to 20th or beyond. So not sure about the call. We missed some stuff, Baron. It could be he needed one more lap to get enough fuel in it. I don't know. Seems unscheduled. Seems unplanned. But Brantley slowly going down pit road. He's got to watch it. He's going to lose a lap. They're going to go green while he's on pit road, Baron. What is Brantley doing? Brantley just coming off of pit road. We're ready to start.
No idea.
Green, green, green.
There goes Newton. Good launch once again. It's Ripka on the bottom fighting Eric Whiting. Ripka will win that battle. Behind him, Corey Martin up here fighting. He's with Williams. Leal's in this mess. Oh, and Sheffield coming up, going down. He doesn't know where he wants to be. He ends up in the middle. Sheffield really put himself in trouble there. He got away with it. Jason Spear trying to make some moves here, currently in 11th. Oh, and he got closed out, and he's going around. Another good save, much like we've seen from Olsen.
Great save. Great hands. Well done.
And he ends up right beside Olsen now.
We got another spin.
Caution, yellow flag.
That's Rincon. No, the 28 has gone around.
It looked like you just got after a little too much there, Dean.
And it's so easy to do. Let's get a look in here. It's Rincon. Behind him, Walker Cole. And he's up on that high side is Rincon. And Walker gets a little piece of him. Oh, boy.
Never mind, I take it back.
Yeah, that was a little bit of help.
Be right back.
Lap 134 of 200. The Myrtle Beach 200, that is. I'd like to know what's out at Myrtle Beach. Sounds like somewhere I would love to visit. Daryl out in the chat, the number 32. Ian driving the 32 here, doing a good job tonight. Absolutely. Ronnie's out there in the chat. I love it. Let's get a look in on these guys here. So there's Jason. Now, Jason in decent shape. Let's bring up our pit board. Where Jason Spear currently in 12th, so he had just pitted, so he should be in decent shape here. I mean, at least tire-wise, we'll see how that plays out. You got Ian, who's having just a great night. Now, I believe Ian has pitted. Yeah, he just pitted by the looks of it.
Oh, I wish I hadn't fell out of that tree.
So Ian also in decent shape. Now he's in 16th. I don't like being back in this traffic. However, Fresh Rubber been doing a nice job. It'll be interesting to see if he can keep his head here for the last 64 laps.
$137 to 200. No problem.
No problem whatsoever. So we've got some interesting things. Newton's been good all night. Person's been good all night. Ripka's fought his way up here, and he's been good all night. You got Whiting, Williams. There's Leal, who's been up here fighting. Bruce has been hot and cold. He's come through the field, then got loose once or twice. Then Sheffield, Barron, currently in 8th, so he didn't make up anything on the last restart.
Nah, but it's only a few laps, so.
Jason Jackson up here in the top 10, and Corey Burton having himself a bit of a run here tonight, the 34 in the top 10, along with Jason Jackson. Here we go. Teammates will take us to the start again. This time Newton going to the high side. I like that. And he'll get a great launch there.
Yeah, he learned something there, didn't he?
There's no doubt about it. That'll bring Person down there. Ripka underneath Whiting. He'll clear him. Behind them, Leal and Williams looking for racing room. There goes Leal to the inside. Good drive off by George Leal. Sheffield will follow him down there with a late sudden move. And you can just see the control that the Leals and the Sheffields drive with when they come off the corner, Baron. It looks like it's locked onto the pavement.
Good problem to have. He is in good shape, Dean, and we saw him drop to the front again, or before. So now, let's see if we can do it again.
Well, I'm certain he's got the talent to do it. Does he have the time? Boys are racing hard out here. Way up the track. That looks like Walker. It's not Walker Cole, but I was going to say Walker the third, but he's not in the race, man. Looks like Ricky Williams up there on the high side. Back up front, Adam Newton leading, Person chasing along with Ripka, Leal, and Sheffield now in the top 5. Let's hop on board with Brandon Sheffield. As George Leal just set his best lap of the race. Oh, and Leal loose! Whoa!
Whew. Good save.
Good save. Spot lost, though. Put Sheffield up to 4th now. So Leal sets his fastest lap of the race, 1 lap, and his slowest the next.
Yeah, just got to let out from underneath him there.
Oh boy, we got another one. It's Whiting. Loose off the corner. He'll pull it into the garage.
Think he's had enough?
It looks like that's probably the case here. He done fighting with this car. Sheffield now working on Ripka. Getting close to 50 to go. Caution's out. Looks like Bruce. Bruce definitely involved. So here comes Darren Bruce all alone. And that high to low just doesn't like it, Baron.
Nope.
You gotta come in low, I think. Oh, wow, we got something going on. Ripka hits pit road with 50 to go.
That might be a great strategy, Dean.
It might be the worst strategy, too, Baron. This is what I fear. When guys come in on a short track with only 50 laps left, not many come. You're going to come in out at about 15th place, Baron. I don't like it. I don't like giving up the track position.
And with the amount of cautions these guys are having tonight, it's hard to advance your position. I agree with you now, Dean. You've talked me into it.
I mean, you never know, right? 12th isn't that bad. Sometimes it can put you in 20th or 30th place. That's a definite no-go for me. But in 12th, I mean, he's got hope here. Ripka looks like coming off a pit road here right now. Toad Man coming out. So the Toad Man will have fresh rubber and starting 15th as well. We'll keep an eye on him. Now, what do you like better, Baron? Grape or cherry?
Grape. By far.
Such an easy answer. I love it. Couldn't agree more.
Yep. Grape High C, grape Gatorade, grape juice,
Wine.
grape Pedialyte when I'm hungover.
Now, did you know you can turn Welch's grape juice into wine?
I've heard that, but I've never done it.
I just heard about it today, and I'm curious now.
Yeah, I heard it's got a gestation period or something to it, and you can make wine out of it.
I don't know, but it's worthy of a try. I mean, if I'm in jail and I get my hands on some Welch's grape juice, I guess.
Desperate times call for desperate measures.
So lap 150 of 200. It's still Newton out front, and I do like, I mean, if we look at the pit board, so Newton pitted on lap 97, so, right about halfway. I think it's quite obvious to me that that's going to be his last pit stop of the night. So these guys, You know, starting with Ripka back in 12th, they've got work to do. They got 50 lap pressure tires, but how much will they mean? Here we go. Newton back on the high side.
Green flag.
And
green
another
flag.
great start by him. Leal trying to follow him, can't quite get to Person. And that's going to open the door for Sheffield to take third. Leal trying to hold him off. And Leal, wow!
Big
What
run,
a center
big
of the corner there. Right to the
nice.
outside of Person.
It looks like he tried for a twofer there.
Well, he did. I mean, he might have found something here. Leal absolutely smoking the outside. Sheffield goes up there and goes, hey, that seems to be working. So a world of hurt, Bernard Person. These guys got up on the outside of him. There's nothing he can really do but try and run a consistent line and hope for a bit of a mistake.
And
he
down
is
there, it's
fighting.
even loose for these guys on the bottom, so they're getting the turn in the center, but they're not able to do with it coming off. So advance those two, Leal and Sheffield, second and third.
Wow, how about that?
Nice drive.
The Toad Man just set his fastest lap of the race. So the Toad Man's on the move. He's up to 11th, and he continues on the outside around Greg Ratliff. How about that for the Toad Man?
It's no easy pass. We haven't been talking about Greg very much tonight. Hadn't been relevant. It's not as looks as though Greg's not agreeing with this short track right now.
Yeah, well, he had some damage early and, you know, bad track position to start. I don't think it's been the night he'd been hoping for.
No, it doesn't appear to be.
Jason Spear making his way back up here and back into this thing. The 83 with his new paint job. Currently in 6th position. And he's got Darrell right there with them. How about that? The Spears running 6th and 7th right now.
Nice recovery from Darrell.
That's Ian actually riding that machine here tonight.
Oh, okay.
So
All
young
right.
Ian up 16 spots on the night.
We'll take it. Way to go, kid.
He's got Ripka. Remember, Ripka just pitted. So Ripka on fresher rubber looking to make moves. Great job so far. Ian trying to hold him off and roll that high side. Ripka might be held up on the line, not moving too. And you see, he's fighting that machine, Baron.
Yeah, he is, but it's... Oh, we got one spinning, Dean.
The yellow
Oh,
flag
it's
is out.
Darren Bruce down in the grass. So with less than 40 to go, we bring out another caution. Darren Bruce. And it looks like he is all alone on the track. He gets into the wall. I'm not sure what we're looking at here, Baron.
I don't know. Has he been in it? I mean, you been sipping some tonight, or what's going on?
We might have already missed the wreck, I'm thinking. Go back a little ways here, but
Well, Grandpa, having a moment there.
yeah, not the night here for Mr. Bruce. Meanwhile, pit stop's going on. Greg Ratliff in. Walker Cole is in. George Rincon on pit road. We'll see how this plays out for these guys. Up front, Newton now has Sheffield to deal with. There's going to be a 50-lap tire difference as Eric Whiting gets the lucky dog and goes on by. So they got the tires. Then you got Leal in person. Jackson's out here with Jason Spear, Ian Spear. Lance Ripka, I think, has the freshest rubber. Let's check. Sheffield 125, Leal 125, Jackson, Spear, and then Ripka on lap 147. So he's got 22 lap fresher tires than some and 50 laps better than Newton. Who you like, Baron? Where are you pushing all your chips in?
Adam Newton. I think I'm going to go with Adam Newton.
I think that's cheating.
Well, it may be, you know, but Sheffield's been awful fast. But laps are ticking down, and we've seen this play out before. I might go with Adam Newton here.
Well, let me ask you this. So 35 to go. You got a short track race that has had many cautions. You know you have a limited amount of time to make up spots. So, for instance, Lance Ripken in 8th. He might start thinking, I only got, 10 or 20 corners here before the next caution. I got to go get it. Are we going to see some amped up aggression here?
Most likely. Yeah, most likely. Coupled with, that loose condition off the turn, I think we got yellow fever here, Dean.
Get some yellow fever. Check in on the Toad Man. He's made it up to the top 10 here. Lots of good perseverance jobs out here. Dibble flirting with the top 10 right now. Newton gonna lead him down. This time he takes the bottom, Baron.
Did that work for him before? I think it did.
Green.
Very interesting. He doesn't stay on the top where he was going. This is maybe trying to bring Leal underneath of Sheffield, which he did do.
Try to tie him up a little bit, but Sheffield's been real strong on that high side. He's cleared him, so.
Woof. And we got contact, and around goes Jason Jackson.
Come on, buddy.
He's going to hold it together down on the bottom. That's
buddy.
painful, Baron. You're going to the back. No caution. Ian Spear trying to fend off Claus Williams. Claus on the high side. Ian down low.
Ain't no laws with the claws,
Oh, there you go. Subi Drifts makes an appearance in the chat. He's checking out the Toad Man. The Toad Man having a good run. He comes up on your screen. He's up here in 9th, looking to take 8th away from Ian Spear. In front of them, looks like Lance Ripken and Jason Spear slugging it out.
Jason having a real solid night tonight. Happy for him.
Oh, and Ripka, all kinds of crooked as he pushes that machine beyond what it's capable of.
Yeah,
And
he's been
loose
kind of like
again.
that. He's been like that all night, Dean. That back end just been stepping out, and he's got it, but boy, that thing is loose.
Loose is fast, they say, Baron.
That they do.
This battle rages on. And I love what I'm seeing from Jason, just being consistent, hitting your marks, and waiting for that high side to just either clear you or don't. He did clear him. That's unfortunate, but good job of fighting nonetheless. Here comes Claus Williams.
And Claus is back to him.
Claus gets a piece of the wall there, gets a little out of sorts. And right in front of him, Lance still dancing.
Yeah, he's still got his hands full out there, Dean. It's pretty funny. I mean, it's cool to watch.
Let's hop on board, Baron, and see what you can see here. I think we're
Look at
going to
that.
see some hands going. Which way is he trying to turn, Baron?
I mean, that's a lefter, and then it gets loose, and here he's counter steer all the way out. Yep.
Man, there's a lot going on here
Yep. Very busy man right now.
as he tries to settle it down here as he's in line a little bit. Let's go up front. Sheffield right behind Newton here. We ride on board with Brandon Sheffield. Ooh, a little high-low action here, Baron.
He's trying. Got clipped that turtle. That ain't good.
And what do you think about what you're seeing from Newton's line right in front of him here?
Doing exactly what he needs to here, Dean. I don't think Sheffield wants to get to that high side again. You know, there's no tire advantage now.
Be interesting to try, though. I always like to say, Baron, or I like to shock people. So a full send on the high side just to get beside him and make him think about it. Have a spotter call out, guy high, guy high.
Right.
It might shock him into a mistake.
Sheffield over-calculating a little bit there. That back end stepped out on him.
Yeah, he's trying to push it a little bit. Now remember, he's got 50 lap fresher tires. Doesn't seem to matter, does it?
Well, at this point, he is riding in the tracks of the two machine, and he's not really looking for a pass yet, Dean, but I saw him get loose, and that's a problem. That's a problem.
Well, I've seen several times, so it's going to get worse and worse and worse.
Yeah, that condition doesn't get any better.
Person and Williams fighting. Jason Spear lurking.
Bernard Person's putting up a hell of a fight.
Well, I don't know who's putting up the fight and who's doing the passing here. But it's going to be Williams come out on top here. Again, Baron, the high side.
Yeah, no laws with the claws, I'm telling you.
Looking on the Toad Man, currently in 9th, looking to make a move. He comes underneath of Ian Spear. Ian still running really well here, though.
Yeah, he's running pretty solid here. Short track really benefiting him tonight.
Getting back to some of his roots here. Maybe these paint jobs, too. 'Cause that looks like an old short track paint job, doesn't it?
It sure does. I love it. More than French fries.
Wow, let's not get carried away, man. I could lure you away from a short track with a thing of fries.
No.
Battle for the lead, Baron.
Oh, he's found it underneath him.
Unbelievable. He's got there, but Newton holding him off. Almost contact. Sheffield has to check up.
A little bit of a shot there. Newton do what he can to pinch him down.
Great job by both guys and not wrecking each other there. Ripka looking for room. He's coming underneath the wheel. So Ripka continues to push this machine. Things heating up with 15 to go in the Myrtle Beach 200. This battle's heaping up. Sheffield still stalking Newton. He ain't done yet.
No, he's getting back to that back bumper again, Dean, and oh, he's loose again. Look at that. My goodness.
Newton just running his line, trying to save that car and hold off Sheffield. He's got 13 more times around. Look back at the Spears. They're coming. Ian underneath Jason. So Ian looking to take it away from Uncle Jason.
Well, Ian, there you go. Bragging rights at the dinner table.
Absolutely. Nothing like a good drumstick on Thanksgiving and rubbing it in.
Yep.
Good battle there, back up front. Battles remain. Looks like Leal held off Ripka for third. Claus Williams, all night long, he's been lingering in the top 5 here, Baron.
Doing a great job, too. Claus really battled hard. Getting around Bernard Person, that's no easy task, right? Jason Spear tied up with Ian Spear. Great drive here by Claus.
Yeah, absolutely. And then that Spring Hill, Florida connection, Baron.
Yeah, my parents retired there.
Ripka again looking underneath of Leal as Leal protects the high side. That's interesting, isn't it, on a short track?
Oh, for sure. I mean, it's been the way to pass tonight, Dean. We kind of talked about it as 2 lanes, but, you know, can we make passes? Well, these guys have been passing on the high side.
Well, we're getting down to it. 8 to go. Let's go on board with Sheffield here, Baron. He got something for him.
Well, I think maybe he wore the... See, look how loose that truck is, Dean. You know, he may have worn the good off of it there.
Well, I think what we're looking at is heat versus wear, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if he could cool him down, but he's out of time.
Well, he lost the front end there.
So consistent.
Yeah.
Look at how smooth he is. He's pulling away, folks. So great job by Newton up front. 7 to go. Leal in third. Ripka fourth. Williams right there. Person trying to fend off the horde. You got a horde of spears back here.
Oh, hell. They're going to get you for that.
Oh, and behind him, it's the Toad Man trying to fend off Corey Martin. Corey almost got a piece of him, it looked like, and he was loose out of that corner. The Toad Man having a real nice run here. Let's hop on board with him right quick. He goes high this time, trying to get to the outside. Now he thinks about the inside.
I think we got a side-by-side battle for the lead here, Dean.
I don't think so.
Nope, take it back. I read the wrong interval. My bad.
So 3 to go. Adam Newton out front. There's Person still holding off Jason Spear. Teammates there. Ian Spear. You got the Toad Man and Corey Martin. Corey Martin has gone around with 3 to go. Yellow comes out.
Oh, no.
Wow.
Whoa.
So he was riding around in the top 10, and now he will fall to 16th position.
Oh, no.
You see here, looks very pedestrian so far. Come off the corner, a little too much gas, a little too much wheel. Around she goes.
Boy, oh boy.
Rincon and Jackson with late pit stops here. Not sure how this will play out with only 3 laps remaining. Whiting's in as well. It's going to be Newton. And we talked about it earlier in the broadcast. Restarts, leaders don't mind this on a short track, man.
Not at all. They just got to sail it off and stay out front.
So Subi drifts out here. You're always asking for our, our predictions. What's your prediction here tonight? I mean, you got Newton looking real solid. Don't forget, Sheffield's got 50 lap pressure tires. Now, we talked about it getting loose, but that's from tire heat. Tires are cooling down now. So, like to see what Subi Drifts predicts here for the finish. Spears back in 7th and 8th behind Person. The Toad Man in 9th. Greg Radliff, pedestrian run, right? Top 10, Baron.
Yeah, and we normally talk about Greg fighting for the top 5, but he found some trouble and still managed to manufacture a top 10 out of it if he can finish in this position.
Championship style run. I mean, it's not your night. You've been in a wreck or two. You're not, maybe don't agree with the track or the setup, still in the top 10. That's how you win championships. Lots of guys will be looking to make some moves here. Green-white checker, I do believe our only one, Marin. I cannot confirm nor deny that, but Michael Otto-Viani's sitting on pit road. That's a shame.
We were looking for him to have a decent night about it too.
Well, you know, Michael putting in the time, putting in the practice, but there's nothing like laps, Baron. So this first season, you know, he's got getting all these laps under his belt. Look for him to be much better next season. Here we go. 3 to go in the Myrtle Beach 200. Newton and Sheffield, Leal and Ripka, Person and Williams. Newton holding, and he's gone. This is going to bring Leal. This is exactly what he wanted, to get Leal underneath Sheffield. But Sheffield with a full send will clear him easily. Sheffield gets a big run. Sheffield down in the corner. Can he catch up? Contact. Leal's around. They're wrecking. And that's going to be a final. It's going to be Adam Newton, race winner. Sheffield will settle for second with Ripka third. Williams and Person in the top 5. Adam Newton, the Bulldog, race winner.
How about that?
I mean, you know, he likes the track. He come out here prepared. He pitted at what was apparently, no matter what I said at the time, the exact right time. The two did everything right. He's your race winner. Great job here.
Did I call that win? Did I pick Adam Newton to win this? I think I picked Adam Newton. Did I think we'll poll the audience. I think I picked Adam Newton.
You picked him on lap 199 of 200. It doesn't count, Baron.
Let's roll the tape.
Well, another great pick for sure. See the boys all coming in here.
Yeah, you know. Hi.
Let's get into some results here and have a look here. We got some good finishes from some guys. Newton, of course, great win. Sheffield, Ripka, Williams, and Person in the top 10. Your Spears, 6th and 7th. Jason with a nice finish. Ian, best finish of the season, I do believe. Great job by him. Gilly in the top 10. The Toad Man in 8th. Dibble brings the French fries up to 9th. And nice. Ledford gets a top 10 out of it. I love it.
Nice.
Some guys a little further back, maybe not having the night that they were hoping for. You got Dibble back there. Or not Dibble, my apologies. Rincon. You know, Leal and Ratcliffe and Bruce all struggling here tonight. Olsen looked good early. He finishes in 23rd. So, you know, it's short track racing. Some dreams are made and some are not, Baron.
Short tracks giveth, short tracks taketh away, Dean.
They do, and right now that's what we're going to do. We're going to take to a commercial break. We'll come back. We'll get some race interviews. A little look at the street stocks there. They're a lot of fun, the old street stocks are. Baron, another good race here. I mean, a little bit of cautions, a little tough track car combo here tonight, but still good side-by-side racing here on a short track.
Oh, absolutely, Dean. Short track racing is tough. It's a skill set, and these guys put on a show for us tonight, Dean. It was a hell of a finish, a hell of a charge tonight by Brandon Sheffield, but a great win by Adam Newton. I really enjoyed myself here tonight.
All right, let's get a word in right now with a 7th place finisher, a little out of the ordinary. We bring in the 32, Ian Spear. Ian, great run tonight, man. Good job.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
So tell us a little bit about how you felt out here tonight because you looked super comfortable. There's something about this track in particular that just hit right with you.
Well, I grew up going to short tracks and kind of just learned how to drive them, and just kind of took watching it to racing, and I'm glad to get a good finish.
Well, Ian, we probably would have gave you $10 if you dumped your uncle. Well, tell us a little bit about racing around Jason here tonight.
I wanted to tonight just to get that extra spot, but no, Jason's been real good to me. He's taught me iRacing. He's been there from the start, so all props to him.
Absolutely. Little joke there, of course, but we love it. Love the car, too. Anything special you want to tell us about the paint job on the car, Ian?
Yeah, my grandpa always watched the races from YouTube and everything, and always supported it. Always was watching every single night we would run, and he's no longer with us, but I'm glad he was riding with me tonight, and glad I was able to put the name on the car or on the car.
Well, I'm glad we got a chance to talk to you and get that out there. Ian, do you feel like you're finding your way in these trucks here, and we'll be seeing you more in the top 10, more than there has been in the past, let's say?
I sure hope so. But still, just trying to take in what everybody's been telling me, learning from the best, and trying to put it into the racing, and I think it's really working. So glad to get a good finish tonight.
Well, it is, Ian. We couldn't be more impressed. You look solid from start to finish. I didn't see anything, not one single thing out there except for good driving tonight. A great finish. Congrats on your seventh place finish. We'll give you the floor, man. Anybody you want to shout out or thank, you go right ahead.
Yeah, first off, I want to thank y'all up in the booth. Y'all do a great job. Watch it after the race. But I also want to thank all of my Spear Motorsports guys, Bernie, Jason, Adam, uh, everybody from Spear Motorsports. I definitely wouldn't be here without them. So.
All right, Baron. Ian Spear back in 17th. One of our biggest movers, up 16 spots on the night.
Definitely a hard charger award there for Ian, and definitely a hard charger for Brandon Sheffield in the 36 machine, finishing second tonight. Brandon, talk a little bit about your evening.
I'd like to re-rack him and do it again because there's a couple things that I would just like to have back in this one. But overall, really fun race, fun track. I was a little surprised that this track raced as well as it did, but there was for sure 2 lanes. You could kind of jump up on the outside if you needed to and pass people. You could pass people on the bottom. It wasn't easy to drive, but at the same point, you could make pace. A lot of fun. I just, I don't know, needed to do that last 25 laps better so I could get Adam there. But that's the way it goes. Adam's a good driver. He saved tire really, really well. He had excellent long run pace, and I really couldn't do anything with him.
So it looks like you passed more cars than anybody else tonight. There was a moment where you could hit anything but the pace car tonight.
Yeah, taking those tires on lap 50, I thought that was going to be a great idea when I did it, and then I was in the next 2 cautions and started to think that was maybe not the right idea, but I don't know, I kind of knew that it was going to be like that going back there, but at the same point, I thought that if I could if I could go back there, put on tires and drive back up there, and then be on a tire advantage, that would be a really good thing to do. So I thought the fall off was going to be bigger than it was, so it didn't quite work the way I thought it was going to, but I don't know. I had fun passing cars, so I guess I'll take that.
Yeah, we were in car with you for a little bit. Very loose at the end of the run before we got the green-white checkered. Did you have anything for Adam, or did you need the top?
The only time I had anything for him is that one time he slipped off too, and I got up next to him, and I thought, as soon as that happened, I thought, oh man, I got him. No problem here. This is going to be easy. And he held tough on the outside and held me really tight, which I expect him to. That's what you're supposed to do on the outside. And then we went into 3, and as soon as I hit the brakes and turned the wheel, I thought, well, I don't know why I did that, because I lifted and turned in way too early, overslowed the truck, chopped the entry off, and then washed up in the center. And it looks like from watching the replay, him and I net coated together, and it washed my truck out, and it was all over from there. Just catching him and trying to set him up, I used a lot of tire, and I got the right rear pretty hot. So I kind of had to back up and cool the tires off a little bit, and then go make another run at him. And by the time I would have something for him, tires would get hot again. So no, I really didn't have much for him. Adam was really, really good tonight.
Well, every week, Brandon, we're calling your name and we're discussing your skills, and you've got a checkered flag already. Who do you want to thank for your second place finish tonight and the season so far?
Well, let me clarify. I don't have a checkered flag because that one got taken away. Rightfully
did?
so. Oh yeah. That.
Took the champagne right from him, Baron.
I
Yep.
didn't hear that.
So that race at Rockingham, they gave back to George, which that was the right call. So no checkered flag. We'll get one here soon. But yeah, I want to thank you guys for putting on the broadcast, the RGR guys for putting on an awesome league. The guys over at GDR, Jason and Derek, had kind of tough nights tonight. Sounds like Ed might be joining us here soon, and Nick's on vacation in Hawaii, so he's doing better than all of us. CadenHammondFoundation.org on the car. We just had a fundraiser for that over the weekend, and really good turnout, and raised a bunch of money that we'll be able to give out here throughout the year. And Ed Kane CPA, tax season's always right around the corner, and I think that's it. Thanks guys for having me.
We actually did a little, look in on your truck. Can you talk a little bit about that foundation?
Yeah, so I had a nephew, 16 years old, passed away in October of 2022. He had leukemia. And so that was a thing my sister put together. I help out a little bit, not very much. She does the lion's share of the work on it, but just something to keep his memory going. So we did a fundraiser last Sunday. They're out in South Dakota. Caden was really into trap shooting, so we do a trap shoot fundraiser. We had 100 shooters last weekend, served a lunch on a free will offering, and we don't have a final number yet, but we raised a whole bunch of money. So we're going to give a whole bunch of that to Project Outrun. So that's a nationwide program, and what they do is they give children with cancer an opportunity to make a custom pair of shoes as a distraction, just kind of a quality of life thing. Their tagline is, "I'm not sick, but my shoes are." And so that was something that Caden got to do. Really cool program. I think it touches a lot of kids around Caden's age that, a stuffed animal is not going to work like it would on a little kid, but a pair of shoes can help take their mind off things for a while. So a couple really cool foundations on the truck. Really proud to have them on there.
Fantastic organization. I'm glad you got to share that with us. Congratulations on your second place finish tonight, Brandon.
Thanks, guys.
Dean,
All right.
Brandon Sheffield racing with purpose now. So second place. Really happy to have him out in the field.
Yeah, impressive on all counts, Mr. Sheffield. Driving, interview, that kind of work. I love what I'm hearing and seeing out of Brandon, but I got the Bulldog, number 2, just one spot better. Adam Newton in victory lane. I know you love the track. Congratulations, Adam. You winner of the Myrtle Beach 200.
Yeah, man. This place owed me one for sure. I was just telling Brandon that it's been long overdue for Myrtle Beach.
Well, the racing gods pay. It's just usually not when you're looking for it, Adam. So you got paid tonight. Tell us a little bit about the key. I mean, let's start with strategy. We heard a little bit from Brandon there. He come in on lap 50. Went to the back, got himself in a little bit of trouble, but later, after a couple more pits, it seemed to work for him. You seem to have your strategy set on when you wanted to pit. When did you want to pit?
Well, I was looking to do kind of like what we used to do in raid in the late models and super lates and play it halfway or three quarters. And some of the guys came in early and we were chatting about it, and it made me a little bit nervous, and we were short on fuel, and I didn't like the balance of the truck at that moment. And so I talked to another teammate and we were like, okay, we made a bid, try to do this. And me and Bernie stayed out and did the 100 lap deal, and Jason did too. And it played out. I liked the balance of the truck once we got on the long run.
And we got to bring up the truck, Adam. I mean, the balance on the truck, the balance is really good on the paint. I mean, how many paints are on there? What a beautiful paint job. What can you tell us about it?
This is a mad scientist creation by Scott Olson. It has multiple paints on there. We came up with this idea a little while back, and it's got basically all of his all-star and regular season. Well, there is one paint scheme that isn't on there, but it's got all of his famous paint schemes for the most part, and it has his 7 championships in a tribute to Dale Earnhardt on the bed of the truck.
Well, it seems to be working for you. I think the Petamax brought you a championship, so you went with 7 paint jobs instead of 1. What are you looking to get? 7 championships out of
Oh, I would love that. And I mean, you know how that is. Just to have something, a championship is good enough. But I mean, if I could get 7, that'd be outstanding.
See, now I love that kind of attitude, right? That's why we race. We race to win, and we're out here looking for more all the time to put some sort of legend on the name. Adam, you're getting there, my friend. The Bulldog winner again, now points leader as well. So we're on our way to another championship. Big congrats, my friend. We'll give you the floor. Anything you want to say or thank or share sponsors?
Well, first and foremost, thank God for another day, and I pray that he puts his hand on Pork Chop and Susan as they go through their time of need again, and F-bomb cancer. Damn that shit. Um, but thanks to the guys at RGR, my spirit teammates, Ian, Jason, Darren, Bernie, Walker. Uh, without them and without y'all doing this in ACS construction and live church, um, everybody makes it happen.
Love it. Baron, emotional as always, Adam Newton down in victory lane, racing for cause in his own right, and maybe that's what we seen tonight. 2 guys racing with purpose.
Well, it's a community, Dean, and we talk about it. There's competitors on the track, and then there's empathy off. And if you've got a special cause and you want to bring a light to it, we're happy to showcase it up here, Dean. So Adam got a championship under his belt. He's got a checkered flag tonight. Man's riding high, and he knows who to thank for it.
And I just want to touch on it a little more. This iRacing community is unbelievable. And I think that extends to the racing community in general. I love the people. A lot of God fearing people, a lot of community, a lot of family, and a lot of old school mentality. I absolutely love it. And I think iRacing, Baron, if you don't mind me saying here, is saving lives. I mean, people are coming on our Discord channel and stuff, and it's having a group and a network that maybe you can't have in real life anymore. This is an opportunity for you to have it.
Couldn't agree more, Dean. I've been with iRacing since 2014, and it has never failed to deliver an important message or to deliver a cause. It's a community with competition involved. I don't do as much racing as I'd like to, but boy, the day will come and I'm back on that track. Y'all watch out. I'll have a message.
Yeah, it'll be on your front bumper coming towards me, I bet. But nonetheless, folks, yeah, he's got lots of messages to send. But this has been great. And the whole community thing, RGR Racing, how about them? Great community as well. I mean, top notch. So, guys are loving it. Check out RGR Racing if you're interested in what is normally a vastly green flag racing car. We had a tough track car combo here tonight, but nonetheless, still a great race. And we'll have all the great races this season every Thursday, 9 p.m. It's the RGR Racing League in this ACS Truck Series. But for myself, Dean Doucette, for Mr. Baron Labosco, that's going to wrap it up here from Myrtle Beach. And we'll see you right here next time on Wind Tunnel TV.